What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. And before we get into this week, if one episode just isn't enough for you and you need a little bit more Bacon is My Podcast, head on over to patreon.com/Bacon is My Podcast. Over there, you will get access to monthly live streams, discounts on merch, early and commercial-free access to Bacon is My Podcast episodes. Some of them are even extended surprise giveaways, additional shows, including Tasting is My Passion, and, of course, Cooking with Bacon is My Passion. And oh yeah, you get a crap ton of music. That's right, all of Jimmy and Mike's bands, previous, current, whatever it is, you'll get access to that music, demos, and much, much more. Just head on over to patreon.com/Bacon is My Podcast and learn what the hoopla is all about.
Love it.
Because we have to
capture this.
I don't understand anything.
This is going to be all the promo.
This is the preview to the whole episode.
Exactly.
Yep. That's what we do. Like the first 5 seconds, we have something. Cameron roaming around.
Yeah.
Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon! Bacon is my... Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my...
Davey Havoc someday is going to come out looking like a gnome. He's going to have a big white beard. He will.
He will.
Someday.
Davey Havoc looks great. I'm like, man,
always.
Truly.
I hope that I
Always.
look that good when I'm his age.
How old is he now?
I hope I look that good ever.
Mid-40s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ever.
Ever. Yeah, for sure.
I hope
Well,
I sing that good, too.
Yeah, you were right, Ken. He's
Oh, yeah.
45.
Yeah.
Mid-40s, perfect.
Damn.
well, this is a perfect time to welcome everybody to Bacon is My Podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We do have a show that's starting right now.
Yeah.
Welcome.
And we're here.
We've just been talking about how beautiful Davey Havoc is.
He is. He is.
Gorgeous
Painting
human being.
gnomes. All kinds of things.
I like it. Welcome, Austin, Texas' own Nominee. We have Dean, we have Andy, we have Cameron. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Yep.
How are you guys?
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Good.
Well, how are you
Thanks
guys
for
doing?
having us.
Confused.
Yeah. We do that to
It
people.
happens. It happens. You're going to leave this show. It kind of goes like this. You get on the show and you're concerned, right? And then you're confused. And then you're appalled.
We haven't.
Disgusted.
Oh, God.
And then you're slightly
Oh.
aroused. And then you're confused again.
Wow. We've only
Yeah.
got through the first two, so this is going to be
This is early.
quite
This is
the
early in the
experience.
game,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. No, it's relatively painless.
Yeah.
Except for not so much.
Except for how painful it is.
So yeah,
All right.
guys, you guys have a new record coming out. We have heard it because we know people that know people,
Nice.
and
All right.
it is fucking awesome.
Thanks, man.
Sonically, production wise, who'd you guys use to record and did produce and all that stuff?
So our good friend Pete, we went into damn it, what is the place?
Gradwell House.
Yeah, Gradwell House at Hamilton, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were there with Pete at the Gradwell House for the better part of a month. Fantastic producer.
And we collaborated with a few other artists that we had played with as well, who work at the studio and kind of did some background for us too. Just moving along the pieces.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I heard you recorded it all within that month, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a real because I know a lot of times you go in, you have material, you go in and it's like, all right, let's just bang this out, boom, and you're done. But you guys really collaborated and really went deep with this, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think, well, it really depends on the song. Some of them we walked in pretty prepared, and some of those songs did end up kind of being the way that they were, but other songs definitely had been reborn and new and interesting ways that, we wouldn't normally think of. And, that's why you work with a producer, to get new insight, new creativity to the table to help elevate the songs. And so, yeah, like a lot of the songs that you guys heard on the record, those are completely different from where we started, but in like the best way. Like I'm so stoked and so happy with how everything came out working with Pete over at the Gradwell House. It rocked.
Now, how many
Great
times
experience.
have you guys worked with a producer as far as doing a lot of that, like pre-production, getting things, and how much of up to this point was it like we write the songs, we go in and record our vision of the songs, and it comes out the way we started?
Pretty much, yeah. When we've recorded Drag Me Out with Corey, he did very minimal producing. He was way more an engineer than a producer, but he did bring some ideas to the table, but nowhere near the amount that Pete brought. So Drag Me Out was definitely a lot of just us. We had the songs, we went in, we recorded them, done deal. This was, I think, our first time really as a unit going in and getting like the full studio experience. And that's why it took, the better part of 4 weeks to go through this whole process, because it wasn't just us like, here's our stuff. All right, cool. Now we're going to record it with high quality mics and we'll just call it a day. There was like, I'd spent like 14-hour days just in the studio. Wake up, you get Duncan, you get in the studio, you work on stuff. All of a sudden it's 5 a.m. All of a sudden it's 6 a.m. Like, cool, let's sleep for 5 hours, rinse, repeat. It was such a badass experience, but it was also a very trying one for sure.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd go back to the other way of doing it, or is it kind of like, this is how we want to do things from this point forward? Like,
yeah, I think we would want to continue to do it in this style. Hopefully maybe not with as many hiccups. Like with the first couple of days, like his laptop wasn't working. We were like, oh, it's Mercury retrograde. Like we literally couldn't do anything
the whole time.
Yeah, for like, I think it was like 3 or 4 days where we're like, well, okay, well, we're just burning time right now. This kind of stinks.
Right.
But I think overall, yeah, I think the goal is that Nominee grows, as a band, as a brand, as as an artist and a group of musicians, to where we do have more opportunities to work with other great producers and continue to put out, hopefully, great music, at least great to us. We'll see what people think.
Well, no, dude, I'll say, like, I hadn't heard of you guys until we scheduled this and got you guys for the interview. And so then I kind of went in and I checked out all your music, and man, like I immediately, you guys are added onto my like playlists and all that.
Yeah,
like
man,
I really dug the music.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
Super cool. So it was fun getting in and kind of like doing that deep dive and hearing where the band has gone.
I love doing that. I love doing that so much. When I discovered a band,
cool.
It's like half the fun is like, dude, where did you start? What did you sound like? How did you get here? And like going through that journey, it's almost like binging a Netflix TV show.
Oh,
You just like start at episode 1 and you just like barrel through their discography and you're like, oh man, now we're here. This rocks. Good for you.
Right. You check out the early Fox series where they didn't have all the money and you were like, man, the ideas.
The pilot.
Ideas there.
Nice. I like that. I like where they're going. You see some old video and stuff, and then you start. But you're like also your videos that you have, and the newest one that we saw. It'll be out. Low Life will be, or not Low Life.
Rara.
Oh, rah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It'll be out by the time this
By the time this drops, yeah.
Okay,
sure.
yeah. So
Cool.
checking out the video, like really well shot video.
Yeah.
Like
Thank you.
very cool. How involved are you guys in the process for your videos, for like the visual presentation of the band? Is that something you guys are kind of all of you are all in on, or is that something where like somebody's really good at it and so they kind of like let it go that direction? Or
I think we're very involved. Just the fact that like Richie, one of our good friends, was the one who was directing that video, but it was more along the lines of us all collaborating, sitting in a room, going through ideas, saying, fuck no, not that one, fuck yes, that one, and like feeding off of it and continuing. I think passing it back and forth from everybody, we try to collaborate as much as we can on the visual aspect of what is this next one going to be like, about, like storyboarding everything. We're as involved as we can. But yeah.
Don't go away. We'll be back right after these messages.
On your fitness journey, extraordinary results require extraordinary action. Your training and quality of nutrition is definitely key, but adding a well-developed nutritional supplement protocol will push your results to the next level. And that's where Legacy Sports Nutrition comes in. Legacy Sports Nutrition believes that everything you want to achieve in life can be aided by optimizing human performance. All of their formulas have been professionally developed for both men and women and are made to the highest quality standards. Legacy Sports Nutrition is a brand founded and operated by athletes who have been performing at world-class levels for decades. And when I say athletes who perform at world-class levels, I truly mean it. This is NWA World Heavyweight Champion Nick Aldis's company, so you know these items are absolutely championship quality. Go to LegacySups.com and use the promo code BACONPOD, and you'll receive 10% off your order. Once again, that's LegacySups.com. Use the promo code BACONPOD for 10% off your order. Set your goals, push your limits, and leave your legacy.
Hey, this is Brompton.
Hey, I'm Oren. Oh shit, I forgot I was doing that part.
Hey, what's going on? It's Brompton.
And I'm Oren, and we're Action Adventure.
Should check out our latest release, Pulling Focus, out on Pure Noise Records. And you've been consuming Bacon is My Podcast.
Did you guys know the people within the video, or did you?
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
some of them. There's a graffiti artist in there that Dean knows. What's his name? Go ahead and give him a shout out.
Plank.
Blake.
Yep.
No,
Plank.
Plank, like Ed and Eddie. You know, Plank.
Yeah.
Oh, Plank.
Yeah.
I did Blake. I was like, okay, Blake.
Yeah.
He prefers to be mysterious. He said, if you know what it's about, you'll be able to find him. Plank. That's it.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Really cool.
Yeah, and then
Thanks,
Andy and I had some old friends who were skating in it. Had a coworker who was skating in it, and then Richie actually so I found the spot where we shot it in Austin is by one of my friends' places, and I just saw this graffitied up building off the side of the highway, and I was like, that looks cool. I'm gonna check that out. And we were actually searching for spots to shoot at, and I stumble into it, and it looks like the Austin level of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, underground.
Right.
It's just
Yeah,
this
honestly,
torn
it
down. Yeah, it's so crazy.
And it's got a cool name. It's called
And then
Candyland. Rocks.
Yeah, and Andy got in touch with some local skaters, and we had them come on board as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah,
I was
we
actually
knew
gonna ask you
some of the
about
people.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the location, because the location it's definitely that look that, I mean, I'm sure you have too. I'm just like, man, that would have been awesome to shoot in a video in.
Yeah, it's one of those places that you like I said, we're also in bands, so you do those things where you're driving somewhere and something catches your eye and that'd be a great place to shoot photos, video, something, this, that, the other. So it looked like it immediately too. I saw that. I had that same kind of thing where I saw it.
That place is pretty awesome, and it's definitely it's a very underground location. And we talked about not disclosing where it is necessarily, so it's a very DIY spot. If you know about that spot, you go to it and you're there frequently.
So everybody go watch the video right now and check it out and see if you've seen that spot.
You could try to find it.
Wonder if you have it. Send the band messages and see if you can guess where they were at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are from Austin, Texas. Obviously, you've done South by Southwest and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's done South by Southwest as
yes,
well.
a few times.
I have not.
Yeah.
But how do you feel do you feel like it's changed over the years? How many times have you played? And from beginning to end, how do you feel like it's changed?
Who wants to start?
Yeah, I mean that's a loaded question for sure.
Well, definitely not trying to get you to. We're not trying to get you to downplay anything, but I noticed I did South by Southwest 3 years in a row, and it seemed like every year, to me anyway, there were less and less music fans there, and there were more and more like, bro, let's do shots at every bar. Like that type of feel was starting to kind of happen there. And so for me, I noticed that, and I was kind of like, man, like I love South by Southwest. I love the bands. I love getting to hang out with different bands and see bands from all over the country and meet people and network and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so it was like, there's so much of that awesome that I found. And I don't know if maybe I was just kind of seeing a different side of it because I was doing different things, or if it's actually kind of been happening like that. I do know that like where South by Southwest happens isn't necessarily the place that people who live in Austin go and hang out in Austin.
Right.
So it's gotten more and more touristy. Do you think that's a partially good thing because you're getting a lot of people that are going there just because it's a thing and they're going? So you'll happen to maybe get some more casual fans,
general public.
Or do you kind of miss when it was more like musicians going?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think it's a bit of a double-edged sword because, you do want more people coming and the attraction to be there, but you also want people to be there for the right reasons.
Right.
And that's playing from like the time when I was in high school doing like small unsanctioned shows just that were happening while South by was happening.
Right.
It was very much like people would bar hop to like find these bands and watch these bands. And now it definitely has become more of like the bar scene or like the top pop star that you can think of that's somewhere downtown everyone's looking for or something. It's kind of a little bit of both. Like you of course want more options of people to be able to watch you, but you also don't want it to be completely oversaturated that it's almost meaningless to play because you know that like Lady Gaga is going to be down the street and you're like, okay, well.
Do you think it's still just as valuable for an out-of-state band to come do a South by Southwest as it was 5 years ago? Or do you think it's getting to be more of like if you can schedule it while you're on tour, definitely hit it. Just because I know lots of bands that we know that are like paying all kinds of money to go play at Heart of Texas Rock Fest or on one of those side events. And they've asked me because I've been there a couple times and I don't know, like they'll ask me and they'll be like, hey, is it worth still going to South by Southwest? And I'm like, well, yeah, because you're going and you're playing somewhere else and you're meeting new people and you're doing a different thing. But is it worth it to go and not be on tour? Is it worth it to go and have, to fly in and do 3 shows that you paid for and fly out? I don't know. Like as a band that's done it and seen it, how do you guys feel about that?
I don't think so. I mean, it used to be full of like house parties and DIY shows. And sorry, when I say house parties, I mean like house shows. Right. And it used to just be kind of like you said, more about the music. There's not so many music fans there now, and it's they just put all these bigger names on it. At least in my opinion, hoping just to drive up ticket prices and stuff. But it used to be like as a local, you could go there and see a ton of new bands, and there would be free shows. Granted, there was always like badge permissions and wristbands. Being allowed to go in first, like there was still space for you to get into a free show after that line went down, and now like it's virtually impossible to get into like a free show still.
Yeah,
just because everyone else is in there.
I found that the last time I was there too. So
I would say it depends on what you're playing for it to be truly worth it. If it's like one of the side 6th Street gigs, then it might not be, because that's probably not where people are going to be at. Even though 6th Street's such a legendary area, they're moving to like the racetrack that's across, like that's where like everyone goes because that's the big money, like Pepsi, like all that's going to be out there doing that. So it depends on where you're playing. Where I would say yes or no to that question.
Yeah, I think where and what you do with the time that you're there. Like if you just show up and play, and then you're like, I'm just gonna bask in my awesome musicianship. Like no one's gonna care. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Like it requires you to like also go out, experience, introduce yourself, like network, like you were saying. Like it really depends on what you're willing and comfortable to do and what you're actually able to get. Yeah, I'm very salty when I think about Austin now and South by Southwest, if I'm being honest. I've been here for a long time, and I definitely know and could think of a lot of golden years. I've seen a lot of great bands, both like, you know, bands on our level and, you know, bands that like I grew up listening to, bands that I like worship, and it's just not the same anymore. It really isn't. And I kind of hope that Austin sees that at some point and will stop turning its back on the music community. I don't want to have like loaded statements, but like it definitely, Austin's definitely more so like, ooh, technology. Let's go there. Money. Okay. Let's go there. Like keep Austin weird. It's kind of like, well, let's keep Austin maybe a little weird. Right. Not so weird anymore, you know, but like a little bit weird. And you know, like so many of my favorite venues are like no longer here. Like granted, obviously the pandemic had a lot to do with that, but like,
oh yeah, definitely.
So even prior to that, condos coming in and saying like, oh, it's too noisy. Well, you're literally next to a venue.
Yeah, right.
Of course it would be. And so they squashed curfew. I remember curfew was like 10 o'clock for a long time there. Like music had to stop at 10 downtown.
Wow.
And it's like, that's insane. Saturdays was like midnight tops. That was it.
Holy shit!
Wow.
That didn't last very long. People hate it.
Actually.
But,
because this guy generally goes on at like 11, 12, 1, and he'll end at 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Been there.
Real dick like that.
I like those.
But
I hate those time slots, man.
Leave them wanting less, man. Leave them wanting less.
Yeah.
Commercial break.
Hey guys, I got a quick question for you. Are you dog people? If you know anything about us, you know that here at Bacon Is My Podcast, our dogs are our family members, right? We love to give them a little something extra to look forward to every month, get them excited, and that's why we subscribe to BarkBox. So every single month, Bruce, Bane, and Bruno are treated to 2 brand new durable toys, plus like uniquely curated packs of treats. It keeps them excited, keeps them engaged, and you never have to like go out shopping for stuff. So if you have a 4-legged furry friend that is your favorite alliteration, we got a special deal for you. Just for being a Bacon Is My Podcast consumer, if you head over to baconismypodcast.com and scroll to the sponsors, click on the BarkBox link, you'll get an extra toy in your first order from BarkBox. So head over, once again, baconismypodcast.com, click on the BarkBox link, and spoil your favorite 4-legged furry friend today. More alliteration. What's your bacon?
Hey, what's up? I'm Jeff from I Call Fives, and you're listening to Bacon Is My Podcast.
So I feel like we're kind of going through the same thing now too, because New York, where specifically Long Island, there are literally no original music venues. Like maybe
such a bummer,
2
man.
or 3. Mm-hmm. You know, we used to have Revolution that closed during the pandemic.
We had a couple closed during the pandemic. They keep trying, you know. And it's kind of everywhere, man. It's everywhere, which is sad. It's unfortunate. Like the main reason I asked was like I said, because we have friends that ask us about it, and I wanted to get like the perspective of somebody that's like there and has played it and has been around it so much, rather so that somebody listening can like get an answer from somebody. By no means trying to load you with questions and
oh, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. We're positivity here, but yeah, man, we're feeling the same. We're feeling the same crunch in New York. You know, it's just like one of those things where you look around and you go to the place where, you know, I go to where CBGB's used to be, and I can buy a $500 handbag if I want to. Right. You know, and I don't.
Damn, yeah.
And I don't want to.
Yeah,
Bag
that's such a
will say
bummer.
Ramones on it, and I'll be like, "What?
Wow.
$500 for a bag that has a Ramones patch on it?
Jeez.
Die in a fire, like that."
Yeah, that sucks, man. I'm sorry. Honestly, that bums me out to hear that it's just like that. If it's y'all and it's here, like,
yeah, it's
it's
tough.
It's got to be everywhere.
It's everywhere.
That's such a bummer.
You know what it is? It's a certain level. I think that the bigger cap venues did get a lot of the aid. It's the smaller cap venues, the little, like you were saying, the DIYs, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we don't have any of those
you
now.
Can't do that anymore.
Now, I did see a post from you guys where you were like, "We want to play your backyard party, your basement party, your garage, your." I saw that on your Twitter.
Like recently, yeah,
I think so.
That's Chris mans the Twitter. That sounds like Chris.
I know, I'm like,
Chris,
okay.
like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and being like, "Yo, let's go!" Like, did we? Yeah, no.
We'll play anywhere. Come on.
Well, if you're in the New York area, this place is open. We've done live streams from here, so you guys are welcome to do so.
We love that.
Absolutely.
God, I love that so much.
Do you have like a favorite like basement show, small show you thought was going to be one thing and it turned out to just be awesome? Do you guys have like, does each of you have a separate favorite one, or do you as a band have a collective, like, you remember that fucking show? Like,
I mean, I have one that's like not related to the band at all, unfortunately, but it's like a South by show where I played at a backyard.
Same.
And it was like somehow got sponsored by Lone Star. So it was just like, and this was like a regular backyard, like nothing special about it. Like, I don't even know how they had a connection to Lone Star whatsoever, but we rolled up thinking that, this is South by, so hopefully it'd be tight, but it just turned out to be such a crazy show. My vocalist in the band that I was in at the time, like, got on the roof, fell down, broke his arm, kept fucking screaming. It was just like a bunch of metal bands, dude. It was just so much, just like that to me is like why I'm so salty about South by Southwest. I haven't been here and I've literally played like every single year. So like the bar for me, in my experience, is like super high. And where we are right now is like we're not even on the spectrum anymore.
Gotcha.
So
I actually went to that show that Andy's talking about.
You were there?
Nice.
I was taking pictures.
Yeah.
And there was like trash can fires and stuff all around in a stage built in the backyard.
Awesome.
Good times.
I played an after party during South by that started. It was a house show. Started at like 2:30 in the morning, and there was 4 or 5 bands on it. The whole time we were waiting for like cops to come in and bust it. So we set up a single backline and drum set, and like we're all crowded into this room. Everyone just had their instruments on and ready to go. And we would play, each band would play a song, unplug, switch out. The next band would come in, plug in, like so same awesome. Cables and everything, jump on.
Yeah. Ninja sets.
And we,
dude,
and we actually, we made it through like 4 or 5 songs. A band before it was like almost 4 a.m, and we're like, all right, let's have fun. My God. We did it.
We have to do a show like that.
I played a house party that we were set up like kind of in the garage, and the neighbors just kept on calling. We're like, all right, man, like we tried. We went to go pack up, and the guy whose house it was like, guys, get the kitchen table out. We ended up playing in the fucking kitchen.
Let's go.
My drummer at the time, he was playing, but what sucked was he was backed up against the fridge. So between songs, he actually had to pull beers from the fridge to give to people, and then we could start the next song.
Man, I can't even imagine. That must have been a big kitchen. Like, how did he put his whole drum set in there? How did all of you guys fit in there?
Small too.
Yeah,
it was.
Did he shave down his drum set and just bring like the essentials?
He did like 3
everything was just like this.
Yeah, he did like 3-piece China, two crashes.
What? He got a China and 2 crashes and all 3 pieces in there.
China is super essential for him. Yes, yeah.
Damn.
Most of my drummers, like my last drummer, he started with us and he didn't have a China, and I was like, you got to fix that. Just get one.
Right. You hear that, guys? Chinas are essential. Take notes.
I love it.
I'm okay with China. Yeah, I've never not been okay with China.
You have the 2 people in the band that love China.
I guess this is true. I guess this is true.
You know who's not in the room? The singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the
other
only ones that
guitar
don't like
player.
China.
I'm
Yeah.
a singer and I like the China.
Because it's right in the same. Well, that's not where you sing. It's
Oh.
where the rest of us sing.
Yeah, I think my favorite DIY venue from when I was in high school was a wedding venue called the Page House in Georgetown. The ceiling is literally about this tall. I'm 5'7", by the way, so it's right at 6 foot. And people would hang from the rafters. It was not a very big room by any means, but people would fit like 75 to 120
Yeah,
kids
that's the
in there.
best.
Yeah,
Sardine 'em.
cram packed all over each other, all over the amps and the drums, and it's incredible.
Now,
Love
was that
place. Still around? No more shows. They stopped.
was that venue? Was that in one of your videos? Because trying to think which video I was watching, but it was a lot. It was a lot of shows, like show montages and stuff, and it looks like a lot of DIY venues where people are just crowded. Like literally, you guys are playing in a circle, and people are just singing to you. And oh man, I miss those.
it. Yeah,
we
miss it a
played
lot.
our fair share of DIY either basement shows or like garage shows, or I feel like the one like being surrounded like that. I feel like they're talking about
Thompson.
Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson.
Yeah, that was like the last show that was our homecoming show from a tour that we did with House and Home, and House and Home was with us on that tour actually. So, but yeah, that was our hometown show at Thompson. It was like the last show that we actually got to play before the pandemic hit. Right? Am I remembering that correctly? That was our last like real show, because I know that we did the stream later on, but I'm pretty sure that was like our last actual show, not counting the Jackalope show we did later. And I mean, that's definitely one of my favorites to add on to the earlier question. Like that one was definitely one of my favorites for sure. Very bittersweet.
I don't remember that show. I had been sick for like, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 days, and I had a fever of like 102 and just sweat it all out. And like as soon as we were done playing, I was like, I'm out of here. Like, please load my stuff up or don't.
Yeah. I feel like I'm on an island because there's people like right here the entire show.
I love that.
We'll be right back.
All right, we got to take a quick time out. As you could probably tell by now, Jim and I, we're t-shirt guys. And we're always looking for the most comfortable and best fitting t-shirts possible when it comes to ourselves or our merch. Sometimes they're soft and they unravel in a few washes. Sometimes they're durable, but they feel like sandpaper on your nipples. And it's just not our thing. Well, maybe it's Jim's thing, but it's definitely not my thing. And you know, sometimes you clean your shirts and from sweating at work or on stage, they just kind of get all funky even after you clean them. Well, Fresh Clean Tees is a solution for all your t-shirt woes. With multiple styles and colors, they keep you looking so fresh and so clean. Go to baconismypodcast.com, click on the sponsors tab, and click on the Fresh Clean Tees link and start looking great and feeling great without spending a fortune. Again, that's baconismypodcast.com. Click on the sponsors tab, then scroll to that Fresh Clean Tees link to start looking comfortable and stylish at affordable prices.
Would you be willing to do just a bumper for us quick?
Sure.
Just say, hey, it's Eric Bischoff and you're consuming Bacon is my podcast.
Yep.
Whenever you're ready.
I forgot. What? Hi, everybody. I am Eric Bischoff, and you're listening to Bacon is My Podcast.
Do you guys have a preference? Is a weird question. What do you like at those small shows where people are surrounding you and are let you right among them, that like a pro and con compared to like a bigger show that you start to do when you start to get more fans and you guys are putting something out with like label and all that kind of stuff? What are some pros and cons? Are there things that you miss? Or are you still kind of like you're doing them no matter what? Or how are you guys approaching that?
I think we're personally, for me, I think, we're still doing it, but like obviously there is a little bit of like excitement with growth and like playing bigger shows. But we'll see when that time comes.
Right.
I think I'm gonna miss the interactivity the most if the record cycle does well and we start getting on, the bigger shows, the bigger tours, and there's, that barrier becomes bigger and bigger between you and the crowd. That's going to be very bittersweet for me because it's like, cool, we're here, we're playing these great shows, we're on these great tours, yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, like, I would much rather have people unbarriered up in our faces, making Chris uncomfortable, making me uncomfortable, thinking that they're about to like fall over my drum set. Like, I don't care. Like that, people really like enjoying the music that much and engaging that much to where they're literally losing their minds and just like having fun.
Yeah.
That's my high. I love that more than anything. So it's gonna be very bittersweet if we do get to that point to where I don't get to see that as much.
Yeah, I'm going to say now, in any tour cycles that are larger, I'm going to say that we need to at least have one like DIY basement show somewhere in the mix.
Right.
Because I enjoy being on the same level as somebody.
Yeah. I don't like to be 6 feet above everybody. Like, oh, look at me. I'm just, check me out. Like, nah, dude. Like, come spit in my face, man. Yeah.
Floor shows.
It changes the perspective. Like, we, I ask again because like every question we ask is based out of like our own personal experience too. It's like, I wonder if they felt this. We did a show where we opened for we got to open for somebody at a theater, and it was super cool. We were at this theater. Nobody wanted to see us. Nobody.
Oh man.
People just sitting down. We had a nice, respectable group halfway through the show that was into us and everything, but like people were sitting out yelling for the headliner. Which
rude. Damn.
Whatever. It's part of the gig. We had
I guess.
It was like we're getting good video. We're getting good pictures. There's great lights. It looks cool. It looks huge.
Yeah.
And we knew it going in, so we scheduled an after party show.
There you go.
Literally around the corner at this like small little venue where like they moved a couple of dinner tables, let us put our stuff in, and had like the lights were like right here, so you were just sweating from like 3 like cans.
Yeah,
right? And
just roasting you.
We got off stage at like this theater where we got to be like, hey, we're pretending to be a big deal for like a minute, and literally walked outside, walked our stuff across the street, went in there, and it was like people right in front of us, and you can like smell their breath and like your chicken fingers are under your feet.
Oh yeah, give it to me.
Ever. And like, and that's my same thing. Is it was like, man, what a weird dichotomy that just happened, but it just illustrated how much it was like, no, this is what I want.
This is where I want to be.
This is what it's about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, that rocks.
I think that I think that kind of it's more hinging on the fans than the venue. Though.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, I'm sure if all the people that were there were screaming for us, it would have been a different situation.
Right.
It would have felt different for sure.
But I still think, like, at least for me, and it sounds like for you guys, that when you're able to kind of like, I don't know, like, I want to smell my audience. I do.
What do they
I want to
smell
smell
like?
them. I want to
what
like.
they smell like.
Yeah.
I want to know they're there if I shut my eyes.
Your sweat, my sweat.
Yeah, we're
let's exchange bodily fluids. Let's go.
Something's happening.
Scream in my face.
Scream in my face. Yeah, exactly. There's just something about the energy from that.
Yeah, it's a
you can't get from anything else.
I agree 1,000%.
I think the stuff that we've been eating will kill my smelling and my taste buds.
That's probably
so.
It's probably true.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about that. I don't want to smell anybody though.
What have you been smelling and eating?
We've got this.
This is a great time to talk about the fact that we have a Patreon.
We have a Patreon.
And if you guys like the show, you can jump on Bacon as My Podcast on Patreon. You can join us. You can help support the show, and you can watch us do a bunch of other episodic things like tasting is my passion.
Yeah.
Where we eat lots of weird things. Like today was umeboshi, Japanese plums.
Which
and,
is apparently one of the most sour and salty things on the planet.
Wow.
And they were gross. They look like a testicle.
Pretty gross. Looks like a testicle. Probably feels like one.
What?
It was gross. It was
we
nasty.
did corn flavored soda. That was terrible.
Corn
No.
flavored soda.
Was terrible.
Ranch flavored soda.
Ranch flavored soda. Also
that was-
terrible.
It smelled and tasted like dirty sock.
We do it so you don't have
Wow.
to, guys. We do it so you don't
I
have
appreciate that.
Yeah.
You can
also
do it.
did
You're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
we did
We
a
go where the spirit takes us, my friend.
9 million Scoville gummy bear.
That's more my speed. Let's go. How was that?
Yeah.
That
Andy
was
loves
awful.
this place.
It was awful,
Yeah?
but awesome. Like,
Damn, sign me up. Send it to me.
I was like doing
Send me the
calisthenics
link.
and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, and you know what, man? We'll now that you guys have been on the show, you're always welcome on the show. So anytime in the future that you have something to promote, that you have something that you're putting out, that you're
rock on.
touring, that you're doing anything, let us know. Jump on, come on, promote it, do something for it. We'll put it out. And then
Cool.
also when you're touring or you're around or you're in the area, hit us up, and we'll also obviously we'll be there. We'll bring people there, and we'll do everything we can. Maybe we'll
Would love
try and get
that.
we'll try and get ourselves on the show, or we'll have you come in for a studio inside too,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
maybe we'll do a tasting. But Andy,
Ooh.
if you want to do some spicy foods,
Yeah,
let us
I'm
know
definitely on
after
spicy
this,
team.
and you can jump
We'll do
on
it.
and be a special guest on one of our tastings. And
That would
we'll
rock.
We'll send you some stuff.
We'll send you stuff.
That
We
would
did a beer
rock. I'm in for
tasting
that
with
for
a,
sure.
We did a beer tasting with a pro wrestler from Ring of Honor Wrestling, a dude called the Beer City Bruiser, and we just like sat and drank beer and talked about Pearl Jam and pro wrestling with him. For
He was in Wisconsin. Yeah.
It was awesome. It was
We're-
totally
we
awesome.
live in like the Amazon age. So you go, hey, I live in New York and you live in Wisconsin. Let's drink together.
Yeah.
And we sent him beers, and we bought the same beers and we drank together.
Yeah.
That
via-
rocks.
Just like
we're all-
satellite.
Just like
If-
we're all drinking together now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Cheers.
I got to get some more here in a second. I'm
I
almost
need a
out.
refill. I know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Amateurs.
All right,
Amateurs.
so what we're gonna do here is for the Patreons, you'll just get a quick like blip,
Yeah.
kind of like the people did with Thanos, and
Right.
the people who aren't on the Patreon, we'll be back
Yeah.
right after these.
You're gonna get
messages.
an ad right now.
You love your weekly dose of bacon as my podcast, but you need even more bacon. Well, just go over to baconismypodcast.com. You can engage even more with us over there. It's a pathway to our music, extra content, our social media pages. Most importantly, grab yourself some pretty sweet swag and put it all over your body parts. Again, that's baconismypodcast.com. Listen to some tunes, pick up some merch, and tell us, what's your bacon?
Hey guys, this is Tiade from The World Over Official on Instagram and Spotify, all that good stuff. And Bacon is my podcast. I don't know much you guys, but bacon's my passion.
And we're back. Hey guys, you enjoyed that ad for either
Who knows?
maybe BarkBox, maybe baconismypodcast.com.
Maybe fresh, clean teas.
Maybe fresh, clean teas. Whatever it was. I hope you get yourself some.
Yeah.
I really do. Please use our link.
Yeah.
Check it
Please. Please.
His link.
Please.
Got to pay the bills.
It's a goddamn link.
Absolutely.
So okay. I know that it's like a big South by Southwest and Austin tourist trap, but I will tell you, in my refrigerator, there's a whole shelf on the door dedicated to Stubbs, and I've wanted to make a pilgrimage to get Stubbs. Is it worth it?
It's the same Stubbs, but you should go to Austin.
No. It's a barbecue restaurant,
right? But
I believe
it's the same
so.
sauce.
It's fantastic.
It's all about the meat.
Yeah, and it's not packaged sauce. They're making it there
Right.
as well. So I think it's great.
Are they though?
Is it my favorite barbecue? That's not the case. My
It's in my
favorite
next
is Styles and Switch is my favorite. Fantastic.
See, I'm a big mop and sauce fan, which isn't even a barbecue sauce. I would bathe in it The way I actually found it is because for whatever reason in high school we wanted to play beer pong, and we were playing beer pong and ran out of beer, and we were like, we're gonna put this on stake. We didn't, and we said we're gonna play beer pong with this, and I was okay with drinking it straight up.
You drank?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa.
10 cups. I lost,
Yeah.
by the way, so it was 10 cups of stuff.
I didn't know this about him either.
Mop and sauce.
We're all learning stuff today.
And I still eat it. It's still good.
You can still eat it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Well, my question, because we are foodie people, and Austin is also known for food, and I've sampled luxurious food trucks and food items in Austin. I know that in New York, like I have my spots that I will go, and then I also have my spots that I will bring people. And, and so do you guys have, like, if there's a spot that's like just like, oh man, I'm gonna go here, I would go here every day if I could. It's I gotta go. And then do you have a spot that, like, if you've got a friend coming in from out of town, or if you've got a band that you've toured with that's coming to visit, that you gotta bring them?
Yeah. It's not, I mean, mine's not very like Austin. Well, I mean, it is. They're called Slab Barbecue and Beer. They're not.
Yep, I've heard of that.
You've heard of them? Dude, rocks. They have like it's like, they call it like tornado something. It's like basically a burrito of barbecue, but in like the absolute best way. I know it sounds like very untraditional and maybe like, maybe dare I say it, too experimental, but dude, it is
we flirt
so
with danger
good.
on this show.
Right? I mean, me too. You guys sound like you flirt with danger. You guys look dangerous. If you guys haven't tried Slab, I would 100% recommend it. I'm gonna hit them up after this and be like, "Yo, nice. I done got you some exposure. Hook me up with some more burrito barbecue tornadoes."
We'll link to them in the description.
Yeah. We're gonna link to them, and they can send stuff to New York.
Yeah,
they're so good. I would 10 out of 10 recommend them for sure.
Nice.
Cam, what you got?
For places like that, man, that's so hard. I guess like 888 is
for barbecue.
For barbecue.
Well,
no. My bad. Carry on. Sorry,
dude. I'm having technical difficulties.
Yeah, he was all over the place. It's okay.
I jumped into this conversation and I was like, oh, I got the answer to this question.
So no, Cam, we were talking about like. We were just talking about like if you got everybody's got their spots that they like, their favorite spots to eat, pick up stuff, quick stuff. But it might not be the place that you like have to bring someone if they come visit. So is there a place that's like your go-to spot, and then there is a place where like if a band that you toured with comes in town, you're like, oh dude, we're going here?
Yeah, Waffle House.
Yeah.
Waffle House.
We don't have those here, so
yeah,
that would work.
Honestly. Yeah, we live like by the only Waffle House in Austin, and like we have touring bands roll through, and we're like, "You guys want to go to the house?"
Yeah, I hate
Who does it on tour though, man?
I hate it.
Yeah,
it's not a house.
B's and G's.
We don't even have that,
B's
man.
and G's.
We don't have that in New York, so be thankful.
It's fantastic.
I'm not. I don't care.
That's fair. It's road food, man. It's road food. It's like gas station almonds. It's like
so gross. No, thank you. But yes, I'm forced to go there all the fucking time. Against
he is
my
the
will.
black sheep of the group. He hates it.
Yeah, I'm the only person that like I don't. I love breakfast food, and Waffle House is just like.
It was funny.
You're gonna offend people on here.
I don't.
We
care.
had to.
I
We had to go
all
to,
the time.
where did we go? We went somewhere. I don't even remember where the hell it was. We do video jobs on the side, so we travel the country doing that too. And there was a Waffle House right across the street from the hotel that we were at. And
was that in Seattle?
I don't know.
I don't remember, Seattle. But yeah, it was across the street. And we were like, I guess we're going to Waffle House.
We pull in and you know, we like to go and look for like the local spots, the places to eat, this and that. And first thing we saw, we were like, we got to figure out a Waffle House day. And obviously we're going to be out of commission as soon as we're done eating it.
Yep.
Ain't no coming back from Waffle House.
Nope.
Station almonds.
So But yeah, you can't.
It's road food. Like I said,
it's road food.
Gas station almonds, Quest bars, Waffle House.
I mean, if you're in Texas in the South, you have to experience Buc-ee's at one point in your life. It's not like the full-blown restaurant, but it is like 100. I think they're actually going to put in a crazy gas station somewhere that's like 140 pumps and like a water park in the back or something ridiculous. They've always had like 80 pumps.
What?
Wow.
Why would you need that many gas pumps?
Because
everything's bigger in Texas, baby. That's why you're in Texas.
They're super cheap to begin with. So because they're cheaper gas than anywhere else around them, everyone flocks to it. And there's always a pump that's open. So if it's crazy busy, you just go there. And the food is incredible as well. Everything's made fresh. Like, it's so good.
Sounds like a Wawa.
I love Wawa.
Wawa's better.
We're a Wawa family for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we don't have Wawa near us either.
Yeah, we got to
the closest place. You got to go to Pennsylvania, Jersey.
Yeah, it's one of the
a little bit. Sometimes like South Jersey.
Yeah, when we go East Coast, we're like, yes, finally, we can get some Wawa. Let's go.
Wawa
we have like, yeah, and we have friends visit. We're like, yo,
Sheets, move over. Sheets sucks.
Hey man,
yeah,
Sheets. Their coffee.
It's better than Dunkin' Donuts.
Tastes like
whoa. Hold up.
Okay.
All right.
Hold up.
Don't you black me out, Dean.
Yeah,
don't you black me out. We're too close for that now.
Damn, man. I didn't realize the show was so provocative.
Yeah. You're just stirring the pot here.
Yeah. With these bad takes. Damn.
Hey, we had a very good talk with Rivals about how terrible Dunkin' Donuts coffee is.
Oh man.
I'm not a fan. I put up with it.
Yeah, to be fair, it's more of a nostalgic, like the guys
fun
love it,
on tour. Yeah, we're on the East Coast, whatever. Let's get Dunkin'.
I won't die. I won't die on that hill.
I'll eat it. Just kind of like, I'll go see them if you buy the ticket. It's that type of.
You know what I did have today? Yeah. I did. My coworker was like, "I'm going to Dunkin'. You want anything?" I'm like, "No." And then in the back of my head, I'm like, "Cheddar cheese bagel twist." Wait. Yes.
Wait.
Yeah. Oh no.
Hey, cheddar cheese bagel twists are good,
but
their bagels,
coffee,
their donuts are okay.
Their coffee is swill, bathtub swill.
Oh yeah, that's the way I like it, man. I'm dirty with my coffee. I do not care.
Water and 3/4 cream.
Let's go. Let's go. Just a little splash of coffee on top of it. Perfect.
Right.
Yeah,
I love it.
Not for me. Actually, I was just in Florida with my wife for our anniversary, and there was no coffee, no drinkable coffee to be had in the area, and it was so disappointing. Finally got home, had myself a good coffee.
So is everyone just sleeping constantly because there's no coffee around?
Yeah, you don't just like go to the gas station and do like the shitty pre-made shit.
I would.
Oh, right, you buy like the coffee shots.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? If they had those cold brews, the canned cold brews,
right.
the Starbucks ones, I would have had one of those. I had to settle for soda.
You should try High Brew from Austin here.
High Brew rocks. High Brew's so good.
I'll grab that if I see it. Like definitely, that's one that I'll take.
And if you guys like Herba at all, like Clean is also fantastic. I don't know if you guys get Clean over there. I don't know if they're Are they that big yet?
They're very dirty here.
No.
Dude, they're awesome.
Yeah, latte.
Yeah, they donate. Help me out, guys. I'm blanking right now. They donate for recovering like addicts, drug addicts, and stuff like that.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's awesome.
So it's a super sick cause. Yeah, they're awesome people, and they've hooked us up with. This isn't a plug by any means. Like legitimately, right. I have their shit in my fridge right now.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah, not a sponsor. But when I don't want coffee, that's like my go-to because it's so good, and they do a great job of like giving back to the community that needs it. So
that's awesome.
If you ever have a chance on the road to try out Clean, would 100% recommend it.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Okay, so in a world of streaming services, where can you find breaking news, live sports, and a mountain of entertainment? Look no further than Paramount Plus, With plans as low as $5.99 per month, you'll gain access to the following: live news from both national and local CBS networks, live sports from the NFL, NCAA, PGA, and much, much more. Your favorite MTV, BET, Nickelodeon, and Comedy Central shows from past and present. New original content like The Stand or Star Trek Picard or SpongeBob's Camp Coral. Smithsonian Channel shows and documentaries, movies, and much, much more. Go to baconismypodcast.com, click on the sponsors tab, and click on that Paramount Plus link, and open yourself to a peak streaming service. That's baconismypodcast.com, click on the sponsors tab, then on the Paramount Plus link, and dive into thousands of episodes, live TV, original series, and hit movies right now. Do it.
This is Sam
and Kristen
from Conquer Divide, and you're consuming Bacon is My Podcast.
One thing that you guys do for a heavier band, right? Or a heavier, punkier, hardcore-ier band, you guys have a lot of really, really hooky melodies.
Oh.
Days, right?
Hooks for days.
Yeah,
Let's go.
No, seriously.
That rocks. Thank you. No,
absolutely.
seriously. Any like this is the first time I think we've ever really heard outside critique about this album. We've literally been sitting on it for like the better part of 2 years, and it's just now kind of getting like circulated, and we're just now about to do a release. So like your comments are like the first time I've like heard people talk about this album.
Oh, cool.
Dude.
Well, I'm
So that
honored
rocks.
to be among the first.
Yeah.
But you've always had that. That's been a part of you guys since the beginning. Every single song that I've heard from you guys, there's hooks. There's a melodic sensibility to it. There's emotion, there's rage, there's anger, there's sensitivity, there's this, there's that, there's that. But there's always this. There's always a really there's attention to detail and attention to melody.
Absolutely.
Which is awesome. Which makes
I'm
it. Which
so glad that's conveyed because holy moly.
absolutely. Hey, anybody can be mad and anybody can be loud. Right. And there's a lot of bands that do that, and there's a lot of bands that do that really well. And there's a lot of bands that are very melodic and that are very hooky and catchy, and they do it really well. There aren't a lot of bands that kind of marry those two things together, but then also sound not out of place doing an acoustic record or doing or opening an EP with a slower song and then blasting in later. There's not a lot of bands that kind of pull that off, and you guys really do. Like
Thank you.
Really do. So
part of me equates that to us just not willing to compromise on things when it comes to like the genres we want to play. Like some of us are like, I want to go fucking hard on this next one. Like, well, we just wrote like a popular song. Like that never happens. It's just like, cool, doing it.
Nice.
Yeah.
How much of that is brought in by like the fact that you're like, is that the Austin scene because there's so many different music styles happening there? Is that just you guys coming together because everybody's interested in different things and has different influences?
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, like the Austin community has really required a lot of effort on a lot of people's parts to like keep alive and keep moving, because Austin, as we talked about earlier, it's like really big transitionary period. But really the reality is, you know, when it comes to the music of this band, it really comes from our individual influences. That makes it cool, because I mean, Cameron, I come from metal. That's why I have a China and double bass still, which is why I was like, hell yeah, China's, let's go. You know,
that was the assumption. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, and then Cameron comes from metal as well. And, you know, so and I've also done pop. So like everybody's kind of like done everything, and we all like what we like, and I'm trying to, honestly, man, just trying to write shit that's fun, trying to write shit that we could be proud of. And I always try to visualize people when like you're watching live, like what emotion do I want them to experience here? You know, like what is, it's almost like I'm like directing a film of sorts, where it's like they're listening to this, like what emotions are they going through? What's going to hit? What isn't?
That's
What's the
awesome.
soundtrack to
That's
their
an
emotions?
awesome way to look at it. I've
Yeah.
never thought
No,
about that.
that's how
But
I
that-
write, man. I literally just
Dude,
think
that
about
makes so
people,
much sense.
you know?
especially when you're talking about the music side of it. It's like, what do we want people to feel? What do we
Yeah.
want people to do? What do we want people to?
How are they gonna
we're
react?
The song is always the God. We're always servicing the song. That's the whole point. That's everything, right? But then it's also like, how do I want people to move to this? What is this melody creating?
Right.
One things you guys do really well as a band is there's a melody there, and you guys service that melody, and you go away from it when you need to, right? And you establish a certain feel that kind of backs it up. But then when it's time to have that hook, you guys, like, literally every member of the band is like, here's the fucking hook, and you're right in on it. And nobody is, like, nobody's off kind of doing their own thing.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's like, we all know the hook, so here it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
And but you guys have done that since the beginning. Like, I haven't heard a song that doesn't do that.
That rocks. Cool.
And I was expecting to. I didn't know, because I knew this was one of the, the newer stuff was like, okay, we've been produced, we've done this, we worked with people, and so I was like, okay, so we're gonna hear like a crazy progression from that, and it really wasn't. Like, you guys were doing a lot of like really good self-production.
You had a lot of good pop sensibility.
Like it's there. It's definitely there. So
appreciate that. Yeah.
Fucking A.
We're gonna take a moment though, and we're gonna talk about
we have to pump the brakes on the songwriting stuff.
Yeah, all this.
I have
all this
really...
congratulating you guys for a second. We're gonna...
like I said, first time I've ever heard anybody talk about the album outside of my own like echo chamber. So I appreciate everything you've said.
As outsiders, man, really awesome. Like,
thanks,
like I
guys.
said, I immediately became a fan, and I immediately threw it on all my stuff, and I will immediately be sending it. I don't know if you guys do this, but when I hear music that's new to me, I think of like 5 different friends I have that it's perfect for.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they would fucking love this.
Yeah.
They would love this. and it happens a couple times in a song for me where like I'll hear the chorus will happen. I'm like, oh, this person. And like the guitar riffs will happen. I'm like, that's that guy.
Right.
And
yeah.
So I'll kind of find all that, and then I'll immediately shoot it off to every single one of them. So I've shot you guys off to about 7 different people so far.
Hell yeah!
Continue to do so. But no, dude, dude, that's what it's for. That's why you're doing this.
Right.
That's why you're doing this, and that's why I'm listening to it, because I need this in my life. I need this shit in my life.
Me too, man.
You hear that?
Thank you for being
Everybody
awesome, because I would have really hated it if you guys sucked.
Oh,
me, honestly, yeah.
Because I have no poker face. I have no poker face. I'd be like,
neither.
I'd be like, you guys are doing a record. Let's talk about food, because
yeah, right.
I don't want to talk about your shitty music. Like,
Okay.
I have, yeah. I have
so-
deflectors for that. There's the sweet dudes and there's good set.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, good game. Good
You
game.
were there.
You were there.
You were
I saw
up
you
there.
up there. I saw you up there. Saw you up
You
there, bro.
played.
All right. So peek behind the curtain. Can we
Yeah.
say this, Jim?
We can do this.
We can say this. There have been 2 guests. Yeah.
Oh, really? Are you gonna do this? All right.
There were 2 guests.
All right.
This is episode. We're in the 40s now.
Okay. I thought you were gonna be like, and it was episode this, and then I was.
No. I'm not gonna say which ones.
Yeah.
There have been 2 guests thus far.
Yeah.
Not good.
Mm-mm.
Ooh.
honestly, out of 40 episodes, 40 plus,
40
Well,
something. Yeah.
It hasn't all been
That
bands.
rocks.
We've
Yeah. It's not all. Yeah.
we've
had
had a lot of
wrestlers. We've had mediums,
wrestlers. We
we've
had a medium. We had
friends.
We're all over the place.
Yeah,
We're all over the place.
It's all over the place. But yeah, there've been 2.
Yeah.
And both. Well, one of them was really good.
Yeah.
The other one was
Not.
not that good, but it got good numbers.
Okay.
But we like.
I don't know what any of that means, but
yeah, where are we going?
Anyway,
dude, we just
go.
Poddex. We're going to
We're doing the
Poddex.
Poddex.
We have a sponsor.
We've got a sponsor now. They're called Poddex, and they're a lot like Cards Against Humanity.
Yep.
A little cleaner, a little more focused,
a little PG, a little more PG,
a little more focused,
but still good,
but still great. But if you go to their website, poddex.com right now, use the promo code what?
Bacon.
Because everything is better with bacon.
Absolutely everything.
You can get 10% off your order.
They have swag. They have
wonderful
they have
swag.
The cards.
The cards
are not just good for podcasters. I mean, if you are a podcaster and you're just starting out, and you're trying to figure this whole thing out. Yeah, it's difficult at first. It's tough to try and have communication and figure out questions to ask people. Maybe not so much for people that have diarrhea of the mouth and can't stop talking like we can. But first thing, talk to people that do the same thing that you do, because you'll have a million questions like
Right.
we have a million questions for these guys. But if you need help, Poddex, it's excellent. They have a lot of really good, they're just a really good service. I mean, the owners are really awesome. They'll email you back if you email them with questions. They're cool for like, I'll bring them to the bar. I bartend and I'll hand questions out to people and I'll be like, hey, you look like you're having a hard time speaking to that person. Let's help you out a little bit. So
it's wingman in a deck.
It is wingman in a deck. It really is. It really is. So we are going to ask you guys, but we're going to let you choose which deck you want from Poddex. Now we did lose Cameron. He decided that he was done with us. He was out.
Real quick, I
I just
texted
saw
him.
that.
His stuff is all dead. He thought that we would be like doing this as a group. And I said, no, sir, I need my own camera. I need to be the center of attention for at least one screen. And so
right.
he's kind of SOL at this point. So sorry.
Well, you know what?
That
Drummers
happens.
do that.
Drummers
as
are
we do.
important.
Yeah.
Drummers are never center of attention, so now you need to be, sir. You deserve it.
Thank you.
Said
You
no
deserve
one.
it. And if my drummer talks to me about this episode where I said that, I'm still going to deny it.
That's why I said no one. Got to keep our boys in check.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the episode deck, which don't pick from that. We've got the interview deck 1. We've got the interview deck 2. We've got what the heck, and then would you rather deck. So pick which deck you guys would like to
Andy,
choose
what
from.
deck would you like?
No, I'm going to give that to Dean, man.
Dean, what
gets to
deck would
pick,
you like?
yeah.
Well, you guys get to pick different decks if you want.
Oh,
Or you
we
can want
do.
The same.
If you
Absolutely. Whatever you want, guys. We're here for you.
I want the what the heck deck.
Dean's got the what the heck. Andy, how about you?
Whatever the blue one was, I'm drawn.
Blue
right
one.
now.
Blue
Yeah,
one.
matching
that
my
would be-
shirt right
which
now.
is
Let's go.
interview deck number 2, second edition of the interview deck.
So what we're going to do now is shuffle the decks. Yeah, you're going to do that too.
Right.
So
okay. I can't
James
shuffle.
here.
I'm
James
so
here
bad.
can't
I'm
shuffle.
so bad at shuffling. I hate
Thank you.
shuffling.
So see.
Thank you. Now,
Yeah,
I lived
take
in
this out of the
Vegas
way.
for a year.
No, take that out of the way.
So you have no excuse. Damn.
Well, you know what?
Right?
I know
That's
how
what
to.
I said.
Just permanent
That's what I
suckage. Like
said.
you, there's no hope for you to be better.
There's not. There's not. Well, you know what I can do? I can bartend in Vegas.
There you go. I
There
mean,
you go.
make more money doing that.
Yeah, probably
the
not,
other-
man. Probably not.
I do
Well, I
believe.
don't know.
Although, yeah, I made a lot in Vegas. I will say.
I do believe the reason why he cannot shuffle is because his nickname is Sticky Fingers Garovac.
Is that my nickname?
Yeah, because
Whoa.
That just happened just now.
because
My new nickname.
your fingers get all like weird,
Do my
and then
fingers get
also
weird?
this
What are you
is
saying?
this right here. See this?
I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, this is a ship. This is diversity number 2.
That's diversity 2. It's an old wooden ship.
An old wooden ship used back in the Civil War era.
Yeah,
I've
I
seen
believe
it.
so.
Yeah,
I believe so.
I've
So
seen
this
it.
is number 2 because
I ate your chocolate squirrel.
this guy, this is her maiden voyage today.
Yeah. I did break the other one. I broke the other one.
Broke the other one.
I broke the other one.
So he
Oh,
breaks
no.
this.
Yeah.
He can't shuffle.
I can't shuffle. I don't
Don't
know
know
if
what
I'm
he's
sticky
good for.
fingers. If I was sticky fingers, I wouldn't have dropped.
Yeah, you wouldn't have dropped it.
Like Butterfingers.
But
And your
fingers.
Yeah,
And
I
you're
guess-
a bartender, so it's like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah, what are you doing,
Well,
bro?
I'm not doing this well.
It's kind of cute. I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of cute.
But you know what? I'm all for ASMR, so I'll do this.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Oh, slower.
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah. It's like
Okay.
popcorn
I know
in a
what you want.
microwave.
I know what you want.
So
Are you a microwave popcorner? I'm an air popper myself.
I don't have one of those yet, but I've heard they're magical.
They're pretty magical, but he swears by the microwave.
no. It's not in the bag though.
Right. No,
It's different.
yeah, you
So-
got your whole weird
So
like
Jen's got this
hippie system
this
that you
rubber. It's this rubber bowl, right? And you put a scoop, quarter cup.
Okay.
You put a little bit of coconut butter, coconut oil, or coconut butter, or whatever.
Fuck.
Yeah.
No. You put it on top. You throw it in the microwave for, I believe it's 2 minutes 30 seconds. Delicious.
All right.
I got an air popper. I put a scoop in. I put butter in the top. It melts while it's cooking, and then I pour the butter on the popper.
Yeah, that sounds like the ticket right there.
Coconut oil is legit though.
Yeah, coconut oil.
Yeah. I mean, no
Coconuts
one's saying that they don't exist.
Yeah,
I just
No,
they're not good.
it's good. It's good on popcorn. I'm telling you, it's good on popcorn.
Denied.
I'm a kettle guy.
Denied.
All right. Well, this guy's muted.
Perfect. I hope he can't undo that. For
No, he can't. He cannot. So,
here's
Andy,
the problem: is I can't undo it. Otherwise, I would.
He'd have to like reach
He
across.
keeps everything over there, so I can't touch it.
Smart man.
Yeah.
So control.
All right. So,
I'm more the talker.
Andy's gonna go first, right?
All right. So that's mine.
That's
So
yours. So,
therefore,
fan
I'm
it
going to
out.
spread these out. I'm going to fan these.
Oh,
Mike,
do a magic trick. Let's go.
Mike is going to rub his fingy over the front of it, and you say stop. It's an audio podcast, so say it quick.
Stop.
Last one it is. Very last one it is.
The listeners
Andy, you
are going
son
to-
of a bitch.
Is
All
it
right.
buffering?
I'm sorry. I thought I was still muted. That's my bad.
Not at all, man. Not at all. So, Andy, what's the funniest thing you've seen a child do in your life?
I don't like hang out with children enough to be like, oh yeah, here's the
Good
funniest
answer.
thing.
You
The
should not
funniest thing
have
I've
one
ever
of those
seen.
ready.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick a different question for you.
Thank you.
I'm going to pick it randomly. I don't know what it is.
All right.
Okay. If you got stuck in an elevator and you were forced to listen to only one song for the entire time you were stuck in this elevator, what song would you pick to listen to?
Oh man, probably
Getting jiggy with it.
No, absolutely not. I do that to torture other people.
Right.
I swear to God, I got it. I swear to God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I actually have this up right now. Where are you?
It's Unbreak My Heart.
Yeah. No.
Unbreak My Heart.
Probably it's gonna be a Taylor Swift song. It's probably Mine by Taylor Swift. That or Sparks Fly.
Okay. All right.
Really weird. I love T
Nice
Swift,
choice.
but it's just like it's easily listening. I know how to play it on drums. I know how to play it on guitar. I've already listened to it 1,000 times. So what's 1,000 more?
So I'm going to put my fingy on this
gotta go
side,
ahead
and I'm going
and
to
let us know when to
slowly
stop.
move my finger to the left.
I'll do it
Where
quickly
does
for the listeners now.
Now. All right. We got you right here.
What is the grossest thing? You live in Texas, so it's probably got to be good. What is the grossest thing you've ever seen someone do in public?
We live in New York. You really think Texas is worse?
Florida might be worse, but Texas, yeah.
The things I've seen on the subway. are
Yeah.
That's not the street.
Right,
That's not the
okay.
street. That's
Fair
not
enough.
the subway.
Fair- I've seen some
I mean,
The subway
too.
and the street.
So, Dean, what is, yeah.
I think for me, it's actually going to be not necessarily the grossest thing, but the most shocking thing because of the location. Playing a show with another band of mine, there was a girl who was completely drunk, wasted out of her mind, and she was sitting up in between two booths, just like having a great old time. They were trying to get her out of the bar because she was kind of spilling her drink on everyone.
So, having a great old time. I just want everybody to marinate on that for a second and then take it to the logical next 4 or 5 steps.
Yeah.
Because Dean is being super PG about that. And in my mind, I'm immediately going R NC-17.
Give the details, Dean.
I mean, she was sitting on the booth and like splashing her drink all over everyone.
Okay.
The security comes up to escort her out, and she decides she is going to piss all over the booth while they try to take her out of the venue. And it was very much planned because she's like, "We'll do it now." Like, as it's happening, they're like, "Come on, grab me, pull me down. Are you going to do it? Because I'm pissing right now."
What?
It was so weird. So weird.
Wow.
She was escorted out for sure.
It was for a purpose.
Oh, yeah.
She was
She
peeing
did
for a
it on
purpose.
purpose. Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Wow.
That's
impressive.
Incredible.
That's impressive.
See,
so that's mine.
Not necessarily PG.
Right. And
Yeah.
and honestly, my brain went way worse than that.
Oh,
He was like, she was having a good time, and I was like, oh, she was DJing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Because I have seen that at a bar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm a bartender, so I've seen a lot at a bar.
So, all right, guys. So you got the new single out. You got Low Life coming out September 24th of this year.
Yeah.
Finally.
Could emphasize that. Could not emphasize that enough.
How long has it been ready?
Bro, like, we recorded that July of 2019.
Oh, man.
Been waiting so long.
That's
Dude.
yeah. Never mind.
Are you
Excited.
playing the songs the same way still? Or has everything changed?
No, we're still playing the same way.
All right,
bit.
good.
I think we got a little bit
inflections here and
re-inspired.
there.
Yeah, but for the most part, they're still the same. We got to give the people what's on the record. We can't be like, "Yo, reimagined." Welcome to our first show playing these
Before you even
songs.
heard it.
Oh, see, that's why I haven't been successful. That's why. 'Cause I'm like, oh, it's recorded. You don't ever have to hear like that.
No, I know what you're expecting, but check this out.
Yeah.
I'm better than I was then.
Oh, God.
2 months ago.
But what you do need to do is you need to tell our listeners and watchers, we call them consumers.
Yes.
Because you always consume bacon. It's always an experience.
Yeah, bacon
Oh, yeah.
is a consumption.
Where can they consume a little bit of Nominee?
Right now, I think your best bet's going to be to follow us on Spotify and to follow us on Instagram. We're really, really active on Instagram and Twitter. So if you guys are at all interested in checking out our bands, seeing what we're about to put out, which I would highly recommend. It was a labor of love. Like I said, 2 years of waiting for the love of God. Please at least check it out.
Listen to it.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
check out our Instagram. We're gonna have all our links there, which is called Nominee. If you Google Nominee music, we'll show up. It's my job to make sure that we show up.
Good job, because I googled Nominee music and you did show up. So
my man,
well
yeah.
done.
Yeah,
I googled Nominee Austin, Texas. Lots of different things showed up.
No,
Got to work on that
So
SEO. Got to
get
work
on
on that
that. Get on
SEO,
that.
Andy.
Come on, Andy.
Nominee Austin, Texas. I'm Googling it right now. Fact or fiction? You are a liar. It's our Facebook, it's our Instagram, it's our Twitter top 3. Get down, bro.
So now you know, listeners. Now you know.
Trying to check me on your podcast, bro. I got Google right here. I got Google.
I did it.
Literally.
I did it
every
earlier.
single my room.
You did it early, like it changed in
No, I did
5
it earlier,
hours.
and after that, it was like different. Like this guy is running for Texas.
Guys, you're listening and you're watching,
yeah.
and now you know. Now you know where you can find them, and you should find them. Please follow them, share them. More importantly than following them,
Buy their
share
merch.
them, buy their merch, buy merch, buy
Number
a
one.
T-shirt. If you go to their website, you can. Actually, your merch page is not easily accessible from your website. You got to.
No, none of that's really happening until the album actually launches under the Smart Punk umbrella. So we have all of that prepared. So again, if you just follow us on Instagram,
Follow them so you know.
you're literally going to get any and all information related to the band.
Yep.
To check
So
us
for the
out.
next month, while
Right.
you're waiting for the record to come out, familiarize yourself with their music. Learn every single word, because they're going to go on tour and you're going to get to the show and you want to sing every word to them and you want to scream in their faces because, as you know, that's what they love. Scream in their goddamn faces.
I dare
Right?
you to take my microphone.
Yeah.
Let them
Ooh.
smell you.
Let me smell you. Come take my microphone.
Let them know. Let them know what's up.
Clip that one statement, and that.
That's going to be the title of the whole episode. Is Nominee, let them smell you.
I love it. Viral.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
No,
honestly.
thanks for having us. Yo, this was a lot of fun.
It's been super fun for us, and to everyone listening, both of us, we cannot recommend this band enough. Please listen to them. If you're on Strangerhood TV, which is our YouTube channel, it's our parent station, and you listen to the Hard Rock Lunchbox radio show on Thursdays, we will be making sure that their music is on the Hard Rock Lunchbox every Thursday.
Yeah.
Definitely listen to them there. Listen to them on Spotify. Share them. Talk about them with your friends. Get ready to buy their merch. Get ready to see them live. Guys,
get ready for the record.
The record is so good. It's really good.
Buy the record and then stream it on Spotify.
Yeah.
That's
Do both things. Do both things.
Please and thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Mike, where can they find you?
They can find my band, Something Heavy Music, on all the socials. Me personally, my own self, Mike. Jimmy, what about you?
My band, Craving Strange, is on cravingstrange.net. Some dickhead owns.com and won't sell it to me. It's been that way for 10 years now. You can find us, Craving Strange Music, on all the socials, everything that you can find. I am Jimmy G. You can find me at Jimmy G's Shoes on Instagram and Twitter. It'll be pictures of my feet in different places because I think that's funny to me, and I don't really care what you think. If you're following me and you don't like that, then don't fucking follow me and leave me alone. But if you do, follow it and then find us at Bacon Is My Podcast. baconismypodcast.com. Buy yourself a Bacon Is My Podcast t-shirt. I recommend the one with the samurai on it because samurais kick ass. And find us on Patreon. Andy, you gotta stop laughing. You're killing me right now. You're killing me right now. You're killing my flow right now.
Sorry,
find us on baconismypodcast.com.
This
Find
is
us
why
on the Patreon.
This is why he doesn't do podcasts. He doesn't know what the end is for.
It's fucking killing me. And we're leaving it all in. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being on. Check out all the links in the description for everyone, for everything Nominee. Find it. Check it out. That's honestly the most important thing that you can do here. So please find them, follow them, check them out.
Sure.
Dudes, you are welcome back on the show at any time,
Always.
all the time. And the next time you're in Jersey or New York, you let us know. And we will take you to our places that we bring our people to. And let us know when you're touring in the area. And we'll try and get our bands on the show. And we'll try and bring a bunch of people to it as well.
That would absolutely rock. Would love
that's
that.
what we do. That's how we do. Thank you guys so much. And never forget to ask yourself one question.
What's your bacon?
What's your bacon? What's the question, Andy?
What's your bacon?
Yeah, Dean. Thank you, Andy. What's the question?
Close enough. Thank you guys. Good night.
Thank you guys so much. Good night. Have a great night.
Whenever you're listening to this.
You guys don't go anywhere, but you guys, you're gone.
We know you love your weekly dose of Bacon Is My Podcast. But if you need even more bacon, make sure you head over to baconismypodcast.com where you can engage even more with us. It's a pathway to our music, our extra content, social media pages, and most importantly, some pretty awesome swag for you to show off your bacon. Again, that's baconismypodcast.com. Listen to some tunes, pick up some merch, and tell us what your bacon is.